welcome back to my channel, TorAthena, where today I'm back and there has been a reason why yet again I have not been around and I'm sorry. Yeah, basically I was away at EGX Rezzed where me and Fangle Spangle went to go and interview a load of gaming developers and it was amazing, and that was gonna fill the next couple of weeks of my channel full of gaming interviews and behind the scenes and great B-roll, and the mic didn't work. Yeah, it was a bit of a boo-boo. The mic wasn't actually working and nobody checked. Expensive lesson, hard lesson, kind of kicked me in the theoretical balls, if you will. So yeah, I just haven't had the soul or spirit or energy to pick up the camera again and film in that capacity, and I'm sorry. And I kind of wasn't expecting to film today either, as you can probably tell by this lion's mane that got caught in the rain today. But that's also kind of fitting because I want to talk about Game of Thrones. So yesterday, the last season ever started again, and I was so excited. I have been so ready for it. In fact, I have been so ready for it. I actually have spent the last week watching all seasons 1 to 7 all over again, and I was so glad I did because there were things I didn't notice or I totally missed, because there were some episodes that they might be referring to that I haven't seen for 7 years. So I'm really glad I did it. I was really prepared. I actually finished the last episode just in time to watch the new one and I loved it. And one thing that I always want to do when I watch Game of Thrones is talk about it, but I can never do that because on Facebook there's so many people who haven't watched it that even if you wait until after it's officially aired, people complain about spoilers, and I'm not a spoiler. I'm not that person and I don't want to do it. I'd be livid if someone did it to me. And I realized I have the perfect outlet. I have YouTube. You click on this, you choose to click on this, and if I make it very clear that in the title that this is spoiler filled, I'm not ruining it for anybody. So that's what I'm gonna do with every episode that comes out for the last 7 episodes that are coming out. I'm gonna do a video simply talking about it, not necessarily reviewing it or doing fan theories, literally just what I think. So if you want to talk and debate about Game of Thrones, these are the videos you're gonna want to wait for. I made some notes. I'm just gonna do what I usually do when I review a movie, is I just make notes as I watch it and I'm just gonna read them out. So note 1, Sansa is a bitch. Yeah, like Sansa has never really ever interested me. I've always thought she was a whiny, moany little brat. I thought her story was heartbreaking. Like, she doesn't deserve anything that happens to her just because she's a brat. But that didn't mean that I liked her. I thought she started to just get good before she met the Boltons, and then she gets away. Fair enough, she's starting to become her own woman. I don't know. You'd think she'd be nicer, but honestly, I just think she's turned into Cersei. It's kind of annoying. Why her and Dany don't get along, I don't know. I get it, she doesn't trust anyone, but like, come on. Dany talking about the dragon saying they'll eat whatever they want, I just think is rude. Dany is also someone that I loved. I was always Targaryen, always. Don't think I am anymore. And I was always Targaryen, and then she just became this whiny, petulant little child, and she's just slowly turning into this stubborn woman, which there's actually theories to why I think she's doing that, but that's not for this video. But I just think she's turning and becoming a I loved it when Cersei actually said to Euron Greyjoy that you want a queen, earn her, because I just think there should be a motto in life for everyone. And another thing is there's just no one left. Like, there's nobody left. There's about 7 people. 7 characters left. It makes me so sad. But Bram is one of them, and Pod is one of them, and Sam is one of them. I actually said that I'm no, because I said I think I'm actually House Stark now, because not for the characters, I actually think the worst characters are the ones left. I'm just so bored by them. But they are the truest to their house. They are good, honest people. They'll do what's right no matter what, and I like that, I respect that. But if we could actually make a house from Sam, Pod, and Hodor, they would be my house, and it'd be House Sapador. That's my house now. I'm House Sapador. Arya has now been reunited with the blacksmith, the Hound, and Jon Snow all in one episode. Like, that's quite overwhelming. Although it's very fitting how she reunites with all of them, I kind of wanted more. It's fitting to the character, it's not wrong, but I kind of wanted more. I can't believe Cersei has given a crossbow to kill both brothers. She said brothers. Although I actually called it a long time ago, Jaime is gonna die for her, or because of her. I I hate Euron Greyjoy with a passion. I just hate, I think he's one of the most despicable. There's something about him, like, at least like Ramsay Bolton was good looking. No, that's awful. He was a terrible man who happened to be good looking. But Euron Greyjoy, there's something about Euron Greyjoy, there's the seed that, like, there's something that makes my skin crawl, and I get it, he's meant to, he's good at acting that, but, oh, I hate him. I'm making myself laugh here. I've put Theon finally grew a pair, and I would never use such toxic phrases as when referring to someone being brave, but that made me laugh. But yeah, he finally became an honourable person and saved his sister, and the fact she first reacted by headbutting him is perfect. Now the Karstarks have come back, and if you remember in like season 3 or something, the Lord of the Karstarks, his son was guarding Jaime Lannister. He was the guard that got killed, and the Karstarks rebelled against that, and then the Lord got killed, and then the Karstarks removed themselves from the Stark family, and so they've kind of been at their own little war ever since then. So the fact that they've come to Winterfell, I don't know whether that's to show, hey, look, we're all getting together now. It's living versus the dead and no one else. Or it's more like, did they point that out so we know they're there to be wary? It worries me. Sansa and Dany not getting on just stress me out. Like, oh my God, what is wrong with you? One of you has seen the living dead in its thousands, hundreds of thousands, your words, and you're being all obnoxious. Like, if she doesn't respect me, I am her queen. Like, bitch, get over yourself. She's just let you come and stay in her home, not your home, her home. There is a massive war about to happen, and you care about some lady not getting on with you. Also, I don't really know what Sansa's problem is. Like, I get it, you don't trust everyone. Like, but deal with it. She has dragons. They can kill what we need to be killed. Or can they? I want to do a video on my theories that are going to happen and who I think is going to live and die. And very quickly, I always thought Dany would take the throne. I don't anymore. I think she has started her descent into maybe Targaryen madness, and I think they're trying, personally, or I'm reading too much into it, I think they're trying to highlight her obnoxiousness. Like, the fact she killed the Tarleys was ridiculous. It just didn't fit her mission statement, if you will. Like, she was always like, you're free to go or you can serve me. Like, either way, that's fine. And okay, they're not slaves, but they're also not masters. They didn't have slaves. And so it's just, it's silly. It almost feels too fitting that there's 2 dragons left, one for Jon Snow, one for Dany. Ugh. And oh, that's another thing. I hate the Dany and Jon Snow love story. Now, full disclosure, I never got past the first book. For some reason, I don't want to read the rest of the books until I finish Game of Thrones. I don't really know why. I just know that's how I want to do it. I read the first book, loved it. I have all the others, except obviously the last one because it hasn't come out yet. I don't know. I wanted to read them afterwards. I think it's because I want to prolong my love of Game of Thrones so much, and I know it does change, and obviously I know this has to end without an ending that has been written for them. So I don't know if the Jon Snow and the Targaryen love story is them playing off all the fan fiction and fan theories, or that actually does happen in the books. Either way, I hate it. If it does happen in the books, I hope it's written better, because I hate it. I just hate it. I just don't believe it. I don't believe in the charisma. I just don't think it's there. The fact that Sam and Gilly returned and didn't find Jon Snow straight away really did stress me out a bit. Sam's reaction to the news of his father and brother dying is just another piece of perfectly formed evidence of why I love him. He's so calm and placid. I'm purposely not saying cowardly. He knows how he needs to react in front of a queen. He knows the right and the wrong way to go about things. I'm just heartbroken for him. Jon Snow excuses Dany's behaviour so much as queen that it's almost out of character. I don't like it. I really don't like it. Everything about Jon Snow and Dany just seem out of character for both of them. Hate it. But I love that Sam, no matter what, is good and true to Jon Snow. Finally, this fan theory slash fact from the very first book, you know, that Jon Snow is Aegon Targaryen, you know, I love that that's confirmed now. I love that Jon Snow knows that. What he's going to do with that is up to him. I'm really interested in that. I love how Sam told him. I love how calm and loving and caring he was. I'm respectful to Ned Stark as well because, but finishing it with, you gave up your crown to save your people, would she? I like it because it plays into the theory that I've kind of had since the end of season 7. Is Daenerys the queen we really thought she could be? Tormund, I don't think that's how you say his name. Tormund, the red-headed wildling. He's still alive. I am so excited. I was screaming at the end of season 7 and I was screaming saying he cannot die until him and Brienne get married and live happily ever after. And only after a long and healthy life together can he die. And they have to die at the exact same time. So neither can live a minute without each other. I'm also really happy that Ed is still alive because he's like the only Night's Watch crow that is left that we have any positive feelings towards. Okay, Sam's still part, like, the Night's Watch, I guess. But I also find it very convenient that only the red shirts died when the entire wall was knocked down. But I'm happy about it. Too many people have died. I'm just going to happily accept it and move along. The Umber boy who's nailed to the wall, although I don't really know how he got to the Night's Watch, or did I blink and they're now not in the Night's Keep Watch, Black Castle, I forgot what it was called. Have they moved and gone to a lord's house that was ransacked? Because the Umber boy was in Winterfell and then I know he went back to go get food, so he definitely can't be aware the Night's Watch were. So I must have missed something. I must have realised that they just went for a walk. But yeah, him nailed on the wall with his arms like that. Look at the way he did, was horrible. Then him starting to scream was so horrible I jumped. Then it went on fire and looked like the Targaryen symbol. Or did it not? Did it look like something else? Am I losing it? Either way, it was horrible. Jaime's full on grey now. Like, still handsome AF. But yeah, I've got a theory that when they first cut his hair, because they didn't really explain why they cut his hair, I think it's because he was going grey and they were like, oh, he was this floppy golden, like floppy haired golden boy, like Lannister, and then he was like, oh, going grey. I mean, I guess they could have dyed it. Why didn't they just dye it? Why did they cut his hair? Either way, maybe it's to show the stress that Cersei puts him through constantly. But I never really thought about the implications of him going to Winterfell. Like, all of a sudden, the first thing he sees is the boy he pushed out the window 10 years before. He's now in Winterfell, where that family loathes him, like wants to kill him. Like Sansa, you know, obviously she hated Joffrey the most, but she hated all Lannisters. Everyone hates a Lannister, and then he's just come on his own because he was doing the right thing. I love Jaime, by the way, because he is actually a Stark at heart. He always actually does the right thing, kind of. And he's better than most. He's better than most Lannisters. But yeah, he does a lot of things for the greater good or for the right of the people, and that's one of the reasons why he's still gone to Winterfell, and I don't predict good things happening to him. But I thought that was a good cliffhanger, very true to Game of Thrones. I thought the episode was a bit slow, although there was always something happening. They've got 7, is this 7? I need to double check how many episodes are left this season, but they only have like 7 and they have to finish a story in 7 hours. I heard that they were going to do each one as a feature length episode, but that was only 51 minutes or 54 minutes. I'm interested to see how they can really tie all this up. I get it, they needed one episode, at least one peaceful-esque episode where they kind of show where everyone is right now, who's alive, who's not alive, what's happening. You know, the White Walkers through the wall. I can't imagine it being too many episodes until there's at least one great fight, but they need to end it. It's going to end, and I'm almost positive that the White Walkers have to be defeated first for it to end with someone on the throne, because that's what the story is. It's Game of Thrones. Oh, the Song of Ice and Fire. What is it? Ah! See, this is why I need to do many videos. But yeah, this is just my take on the first episode. What did you think of it? I really did do this video because I want to talk to you guys about it. So this is what I thought. Tell me what you thought. Tell me, do you agree with who I'm bored with? Or are you bored with different people? Do you have the same theory as Dany as me? Comment below. Talk about this, please. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you not tomorrow, but the next.